Long before I came to work for Nature Conservancy of Canada, I worked on mapping out, some of the most important spots in Manitoba for biodiversity, for endangered species. And that's where I came to come to know the Shoal Lakes area. It's one of the only spots in the country for several species, and it's the second large kind of tallgrass prairie complex in Manitoba, and the northernmost on the continent. So while I didn't know the Lake Ranch property itself, I knew the area was really special and was in need of conservation.
Early on, it was Gene Fortney who had those early discussions with the Lake Ranch group. It's a group that had owned the Lake Ranch property since the late 1960s. And they always had the vision for the property to be kind of that working landscape where you had cattle grazing in conjunction with kind of prairie management. And they really saw it as that ecological gem of the area. So when Gene retired in 2014, conversations continued with the Lake Ranch group.
We got a phone call. I was at a conference in Brandon, Manitoba, along with our staffer responsible for this property, Tim Teetart, and it was that a major donor had stepped up to be essentially the game-changing donation that helped really bring all the momentum home on this project, and I knew at that moment it was going to happen.
My partner Isabel Ralston and I established the Maple Cross Fund some 5 years ago with a mission to invest in Canada and to invest in nature. On the way, we have met many knowledgeable and passionate people, which has been a real delight, including the members of the NCC team in Manitoba.
When we first met the Manitoba NCC team by Zoom to discuss the potential for contributing to Lake Ranch, we were impressed by their enthusiasm for this unique property, as well as by their experience and dedication to the environment. Our initial impressions were later confirmed when we were warmly greeted by the team and were escorted on a visit to the site and surrounding area. Having met the team responsible for this acquisition and its ongoing restoration and stewardship, we know that the project is in excellent hands.
7 or 8 years in the making, and a large continuous block of property like the Lake Ranch property. It's a once-in-a-generation opportunity to conserve endangered tallgrass prairie.
Every single project that we do, big or small, is an act of hope, and personally reminds me that we're not in this alone, right? It's not just one ecologist against the world. It's not NCC against the world. It's the world with us, wanting these as part of its future.